Good morning. I see we have people jumping on here. We're going to give it a few minutes for people to get on and find us. This will be the first class that we're doing. If you're just jumping on, tell us where you're from and what the weather is like there. We'll tell you about our weather here shortly. And I'm sure there's some of you hopping on and saying where you're from, and this device that I'm using is not having the comments pop up. So once I get over to my computer, I'll check those out. This is kind of frustrating that I can't see the comments that you guys are making. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, here's one come up. Says somebody's watching. Maybe they'll start coming in now. Oh, there we go. Georgia's watching. It's telling me who's watching, but I'm not seeing any comments, and I can't imagine you guys aren't commenting already. Give it another few seconds here while people are hopping on. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and have Patsy, you ready?
I'm ready. Good morning, everybody, and almost Merry Christmas. So we have so many fun things ready for you today, and I know you got your kits out. Some of you I know have already put them all together. You don't have to tell us that, but so you're going to be able to tell me if I've messed up along the way, so I'll appreciate that. We have train prizes today, and we haven't had train yet, but sometimes they're real few and far between, and other days on Saturdays there's lots of them. So
tell them why we do train prizes for the new people.
We when we first started this, I don't know how many years ago,
during COVID, so 5 years ago.
Yeah, right, during COVID. And the train always went by, and we thought, we cannot do this with the train running by all the time and honking. And so my son-in-law walked by, and he said, just give them a prize every time the train goes by. So it was as easy as that. So we're sitting right here at our own warehouse, and when the train goes by, we don't even notice it half the time. So if that's the case, let us know on the comments, and we will draw a name, and then we'll send you a prize. And you don't have to let us know that, you
don't have to claim the prize.
You don't have to claim the prize.
We'll send it automatically to you.
Right, we'll just send it out automatically. So
everyone's name is in the bag that registered for this weekend, so I took the whole roster of people and I put them in the bag. So everyone that paid for this weekend is in there. If you paid for more than one person, they're going to be numbered number 1 and number 2. We had somebody order 6 sets of kits.
Oh.
So they're having a party today.
Oh, fun. Fun.
So if you get a number 1 by yours, you just have to decide who wins that. Or the person that ordered it wins all of them. So yeah, every time the train goes by, we'll draw out a name, and we'll put it automatically goes out to you. Club Q members, it'll go in with your next Club Q, which will be January, because I've already started shipping this month. So.
And then we also, you'll notice on your kits that the ink suggestions are different than what we sent you as suggestions, and it's always because our inks, we usually hope they'll arrive by now, but it's more likely mid-January, end of January. So these are some great substitutes, and I hear a train coming by, so let's see who the first train prize winner is, Breezy. Okay, I'm digging, and the first winner of the day is Just a minute, I can't get more than... Oh, I have two. I did pull out two. They're all stuck
Well,
together.
we'll have two right to begin with.
Eunice Carroll and Jennifer Powers.
Oh, I saw Eunice was on here this morning. So,
Yeah.
yay, you're our first winner,
Cool.
Eunice.
Cool. Two winners. So there we go. So keep us posted when you hear a train. If we are not hearing it, then let us know. So I think we're about ready to get started. Is there any?
We just, one thing on connection. Once in a while, we don't have this happen very often, but once in a while we'll have a connection issue or it buffers. We'll try to wait it out a bit. If it actually disconnects for us, the live feed disconnects, we will come back as soon as possible. So what you need to do is just refresh your browser until you see the new live icon pop up on there, and we'll get back on as soon as possible. That rarely happens, but if it does, don't panic. We'll be right back on as soon as we can. So you just need to refresh until you see the red live icon. If it is buffering on your end, likely that's the case. It's on your end. You want to make sure you have any streaming things turned off, all your other tabs on your browser closed. You want to just be dedicated to this event. It'll load better for you and play better for you. So if your husband's watching TV, tell him to get out.
Good luck with that.
All right, I think we're going to go ahead and start this first class. Give me just a second to get the camera set up here.
And while she is getting this set up, I moved that down just a little bit because it was kind of far away. While she's getting this set up and that train is making all that noise, I have to tell you that it's been a wild week here in Chehalis and Centralia, all of Western Washington for that matter, and some places are still, there's a disaster. We have been inundated with flooding everywhere. Our garage is flooded. Our neighbors who are like 5 feet from our house, maybe 10 feet, they're down just a little bit lower. Their garage has like 2 feet of water in. Their house has like 6-8 inches of water in. The whole block is a mess. The whole city is a mess. All of Western Washington is a mess. So pray for us here. We could use it, and we need the rain to stop. We love the rain here, but oh my word,
Who says we love the rain?
Well, in August, we would love to have a little bit of rain. I don't know why they can't even it out. Somebody talk to God for me, will you? And tell him we need to even this out just a little bit. But we are a national disaster right now. But you know what? We're still scrapbooking. I mean, we can sit right in our homes. You guys can enjoy this. And we can sit right here in our warehouse, which didn't get affected. We couldn't get to work. We had to go way out around the city and come in the back way. But you know what? We're at work, and we're fine. So anyway, isn't this paper the most beautiful Christmas paper ever? Oh my gosh, Joy, our paper designer, really outdid herself this time. It was really fun to be able to design with these papers. So to get started, for those of you who haven't already started, and these are relatively not super hard pages. We know everybody's busy shopping and trying to get things pulled together for Christmas, so we did some fun things without making it super challenging, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So our background papers are these. Looks like this. Am I able to get both of them in there? Probably. Oh, I need to.
There's a delay. So one thing I forgot to mention is that there is a delay between us broadcasting to you guys and when it actually reaches you. So if you make a comment and we don't respond right away, we will as soon as we see it. Sometimes there's a lag there between when stuff posts to us and when I can see it on the live feed. So I think you moved it down too far. Did you say you moved it down?
I did move it down a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're too far. It's cutting stuff off. Sorry, bear with us just a minute. Patsy messed with my settings.
I know better than to do anything techie. That's even...
Well, now I might be too... Uh-oh. And it's already... Oh, there it went. Okay.
So it just needs to come back this way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just about there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's like a 10-second delay, so if we're not getting your questions answered right away, give us a minute.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, we need to trim off the labels off the bottom of these gorgeous Santa and Tin Soldier, or the soldier paper. Let's go ahead and do that. And this is called our Holidays collection. And I think we sent everybody a one-page sample of all of these.
Layton says this paper is amazing.
Isn't it? I know. I just absolutely love it. We'll let Joy know that you love it too. She's an amazing paper designer. She's got 3 busy little boys, so we don't see her often. She does most of this from home anymore, but very, very pretty. Okay, we have the labels off, and what we will start with is our page 1. And it's gorgeous, but it's very simple. We're going to just start with, actually, in the very beginning, let's keep our cutting or our trimmer out for just a minute. You have in your kit a cutting diagram, and basically this is just one paper. It's the red plaid, and I've already cut mine, so get yours out, and you're going to use this diagram. It's a half a sheet of paper, okay? And it's tucked down in your kit somewhere, but find that. And then you're going to cut a 5 by 10, and you're also going to add a score line at the top of this, whichever end you want to call the top, and it's scored in 1 inch from the top. Then you're going to cut a 5 by 7 and a 4 by 6. So go ahead and get this out. I'm going to just let you set it in front of your workspace and use this diagram to cut your red plaid paper. And then while you're at it, go ahead and score at 1 inch from the top. If you have a scoreboard or a score pal, that's great. If not, you can use your trimmer. And some of you will have a scoring blade, and if not, you can use a credit card or a bone folder, an embossing stylus to use your trimmer. If you have a trimmer like this one, like a Fiskars type with the groove, that will work too. So go ahead and cut those out. And then one of the 5 by 10 piece is part of our little book that goes on page 2, and the other 2 are parts to our photo mats that go on page 1. So the weather kind of put a damper on anybody's Christmas shopping. We don't do a lot of Christmas shopping. Our family decided we would rather enjoy each other on Christmas Day, and it's usually a madhouse, chaos, and fun on Christmas Day, usually at my middle daughter Stacy's, because her boys are little, and they're going to, everybody stays at their house to celebrate Christmas. But we do, instead of worrying about what to buy Uncle Joe and Aunt so-and-so, we do
I hope you're not buying for Uncle Joe
No,
anymore.
no, we're not buying for Uncle Joe anymore. We lost him a year or 2 ago. But we do a white elephant gift, and everybody gets it and then draws in their number, and then they choose a gift, and then they can go steal somebody else's if they want to. It makes it so less stressful than trying to buy something for everybody. So, okay, go ahead and get your red plaid paper cut out. What you will end up with is a piece that looks like this. This is your 5 by 10, 5 by 7, and a 4 by 6. And the suggested inks that we put onto your little note is coconut white. That's a really fun one to use. I'm going to test it out on this while you're cutting your pieces out. We forget to use that one sometimes because it is light, but on these darker pieces like this red, look how fun that is. And mine are brand new, brand spanking new, so they're a little more juicy than if I had them out for a while. But look at that white on there. That is super cool. So if you want to try something different and something lighter instead of darker, the coconut is a great one on dark papers. So try that if you want to. Okay, and now that you have, and again, some of the other ones that we suggested are Seafoam, Coconut White, Fields of Green, Bloody Mary, Ruby, Tree Trunk, Malachite, Amaretto, Barnboard, and we're also, we use the Barely Art Glue. I don't know if you have ever used that. A lot of you have, I know. We have the little bottles like this, and it comes with 3 little spouts. What do you call that? Not a spout.
A tip.
Tips. 3 tips.
Spout. This could be a long day.
Like a teapot. Yeah, I know. I'm apologizing in advance here. It comes in the little 2 fluid ounce bottles that have 3 tips. And I always use the tiniest one because that's the one that we need the most. We also have the big refill bottles that look like this, and they're 11 ounces. It's great to have both of those. And we do have those if you're interested in them.
We had a train.
Oh.
Must have been the Amtrak.
Renee,
it was short.
hey Renee, how are you, hon? You just won a prize. Hope you're faring well down there, and we're drowning up here. Renee is from the LA area. Okay, so now that you have these pieces cut out, we're going to start with, and I really like that white. I think I'm going to use that on all of the red pieces just for fun. I forget to use it because I'm always looking for something darker. But what you need, what we're going to make, oh, and another, is that another one or the same one?
So, I'm not sure. We'll just draw another name.
Okay, here we go. Another name, another train prize.
Can't draw with this hand. My thumb doesn't work.
Sandy Farley, you are our train prize winner.
Sandy Farley lives here locally. She might be here in the same train.
Oh, yeah, I bet so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out your 5x7 that you just cut out of your diagram, your 4x6 that you cut out of the diagram. I'm going to use white on all of those just for fun. It reminds me that I need to use that once in a while. And sometimes it's fun to put just a little more on the corners. It just adds to the vintage look, defines it just a little bit more. So 5x7, 4x6. There's also, you're looking for a 3.5 by 3.5, and let's go ahead and chalk that one up too, while you are while you have your ink out. And that's part of a photo mat also. So 3.5 by 3.5 square. Chalk up those edges a little bit. I'm loving that. Breezy, I forget to use this white. It looks really good on this. I'll show you the prototypes of our new inks after a bit too, so you can kind of see what we have coming. They're not here yet, but we're hoping soon.
Well, and actually, you could use this one right now while you're doing that. It's called Jack Frost. That would be a good one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, we're going to try that on one of these. So Jack Frost is a real silvery color. This is pretty cool. Let me try that. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That would be gorgeous on that. So when we get our inks in, just know that Jack Frost is another one that would be pretty on light colors. I do like that. So our new collection is called the Seasons Collection, right, Breezy?
I think so.
Okay, and then there's a 4.5 by 4.5. So all the red pieces look like this: 5 by 7, 4 by 6, 4.5 by 4.5, 3.5 by 3.5. And those are all part of the photo mat. And then we have a couple other pieces that are part of this photo mat. So once you get those chalked up, you're looking for a 4.5 by 6.5 with a pretty, a tan pattern in the background, and then also a 4 by 4. So let's locate those. And then you're going to choose again what color ink that you want to use. And I'm going to say, I think amaretto might be pretty on that. Amaretto, or another good one is brown jasper. If you have that one, that's one of, I think, last year's colors. That's what these look like. I'm going to open. This is brown jasper. That would be pretty on that. Also amaretto. Amaretto is good just about anywhere you want to use. You know, another one too that would work really good is the seafoam. I'm going to try that on here so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty. That has lots of that color in the background. I think I like this one the best. So try your seafoam if you want to. And if you have tried something that we didn't even suggest, let us know how it works and if you like it. And everybody can try something a little bit different. But I do like the seafoam. It's a real subtle green, kind of a sagey green. And so that's on your 4.5 by 6.5. And on the back, it's got a, it's probably different on the back because it's part of the same paper that they're cut this 4 by 4 from. But the front is tan with a little bit of pattern to it. And then this is what your seafoam green looks like. We also have malachite suggested, and that's another good one. It's a little brighter, more of a bright Christmas color. Okay, so now all we're going to do to get started here is we'll layer these up. You have your 5 by 7 red. You're going to add this part of the photo mat. It's a 4.5 by 6.5 tan piece. And then a 4 by 6 red. And there's your large photo mat, and that will end up being this one right here. Okay, the large photo mat for page 1. So go ahead, chalk.
Suzanne says moonstone agate is pretty too.
Oh yeah, see, that's another one I forget to use. It's a lighter color, but that one would be gorgeous on there. I don't know if I have that one here. I'm gonna look. I don't see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this. And mine, I'm just going to put a spot of tape. I'm not gluing things down really solid because mine is just a sample. So with your 5 by 7 in the back, add your 4.5 by 6.5, and then your 4 by 6. There is one photo mat. And we'll set that aside. I'll use that in just a few minutes here. Okay, that's what that looks like. And then I'm going to take the 4.5 by 4.5, add the 4 by 4 tan, and 3.5 square red. And that's the second photo mat for page 1. So let's go ahead, get those chalked up, add some adhesive, get them all put together, and then those are all done, ready to add to our page. All except that on this smaller red one, we added a brad in 3 corners, and I think it's just 3 corners because that, let me make sure here. going to count here, but I think it's just 3 corners because the word Noel covers up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, there might be enough for all. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're short one, it just means that this corner right here under the word Noel doesn't really need one because it's just in the way. But if you have enough and want to use it there, go ahead. Just keep in mind that on page 2 we also need 4 brads. So go ahead and glue these together. Use your 16th inch punch, paper punch. Can you grab me one of those, Breezy? There's a whole bunch of punches at the left of my, and the tiniest one. Yeah.
You have a punch or 2 up here.
I know. It's never the ones I need, though.
Okay, that's the tiniest one, I think.
Yeah.
Too tiny? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to add a brad into each corner. And if you're not quite here yet, don't even worry about this one. Just don't glue it down until you get your brads on. And I'm not going to put one on the bottom left corner because I'm not going to add a brad there. This can be done at the very tail end. So the only other thing we're going to do is we're going to get the photo mats on. We're going to get the that big pretty circle with the poinsettia on. And the word Joyeux Noel we will leave till the very end, and you can work on that at your own pace. It's a little time consuming, layering up all those pieces, but that's the thing that makes it really pretty. So I'll probably leave that one in brads. I left this one off because would just be in the way. So give you a minute or two to get that all put together, and then we will set these photo mats aside. And everybody has this big circle with the gorgeous poinsettia. And just going to do some punching out here.
Karen Berry says it was -4 in Indiana where she lives.
Oh my word. So I don't even know what's worse, flooding or -4. Oh my goodness. It's never gotten that cold here. I think the coldest is 5 above, and that was really, really rare. So that's one thing we have, aside from floods and volcanoes, we have it pretty easy here. We don't have hurricanes. Occasionally a tornado might touch down slightly, but we've really not had problems with that. But we do have flooding issues, and we do live below Mount St. Helens.
And Mount Rainier, for that matter.
And Mount Rainier is rumbling and making some crazy noises. Makes us a little nervous. Okay, once you get this punched out, you also have a dotted poinsettia that goes in behind this. So this always is a little tricky because it's so fine. So what you end up having to do is, if you see it's not fitting, you need to turn it and turn it until it does. And then this is where I use my Barely Art glue because it just has that fine little bit of that tip that you can, now I can lift up everything and just put a little adhesive. And again, I'm just going to barely get mine in place because it is a sample, but go ahead and add your adhesive, get this in place like you want it, and then hold one side down while you lift it up. I would say this is the best way. You might have a better way, but if you try to put adhesive on the back of your red ring and then lay it over your poinsettia, I will tell you it's really hard to get it in the right spot. So I would line it up, lay it down flat, and then just lift up one corner at a time and add a little adhesive. It's not hard, it's just tricky. Okay, then in your little plastic packet, your little baggie of embellishments, you have 3 little yellow centers for your poinsettia. So a little glue for all 3 of those. And add them to the center. Okay, see how easy that was. Now that we have, I'll give you a little bit of time to get that poinsettia all glued down. I just put spots in in a few places just because mine's a sample. So. Okay, now we're going to add our, oh, we have another train coming.
It's a busy day.
Who's the big winner today? Yeah, we never know if there's a lot of trains or very few. This looks like it's going to be a busy day for trains, so lots of prizes. Denise Pickens, you are a train prize winner. We will get a gift out to you. Okay, so let's use our background page for page 1, which is the Santa Claus in the left corner, and then lay out your circle and adjust it however you want here. It's really close to the top, very close to the top edge, because as you can see, it needs to be to get the flower in, but also so that your photo mat here doesn't run off the page. So lay it out like you like it. Now we're going to grab our photo mats, and we have this tucked in here and tucked in here. So. And then the bottom left corner comes out over the front. But you know what? You can do that however you want, however it works best for you. But this is what we did here. So your flower ends up real close to the top. You tuck in your biggest photo mat, and then your next photo mat goes here. And then the only other thing is the word Joyeux Noel, and that will do after we're all finished with page 2. So get your dotted poinsettia in behind your big circle, your big red circle. 3 little yellow buttons in the center. Add your big photo mat, your little photo mat, and then we're ready to move on to page 2. We'll give you a minute to get that all done. So it looks like there's, in my packet anyway, enough brads to put one in all 4 corners if you choose to do that. You might want to move that little the words into a little bit different spot. That's okay. You might want to even move the poinsettia into a different spot. It can, it can do this. If you want to add it to the top left, but that kind of covers up the Santa. Or here is a blank spot. So that's totally up to you, however you want to do that. But page 1, for the moment, is all done. So let's go ahead and set it aside. Okay, now on this page, basically everything is part of the book, and that was so that we could actually have all these gorgeous pictures showing, but it also needed a lot of space for pictures, so we added this entire flip book. Opens here. This will go into your page protector like this. This will come down over the front, and that way you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe a dozen photos on this little book. And then it still lets everything show, that all the pretty things on this paper show. So in order to make this little book, we need the 5x10. We cut that out earlier, and we're also scored it at 1 inch. If you haven't done that yet, then be sure and do that. Score it at 1 inch. Now the thing is with these, I will say, it says in the directions that there is a score line on each of these. There is, but we're having a little bit of an issue with our scoring part of our laser machine, and it is very, very faint. So what I'm just going to say is, if you're not seeing it, don't worry about it. All you're going to do is take each piece, and there's a 5x9, there's a 5x8, there's a 5x7, and a 5x6. So you have 5 pages. All you're going to do is score them each 1 inch from the top, just like you did on the 5x10, okay? So if you're not seeing that little score line, and it is there, but it is so faint that it's hardly there at all. If it is there and you want to use that score line to fold along, go right ahead. If you're not finding it, don't even worry about it. Slide it into your scoreboard or your trimmer and score it at 1 inch from the top of each of these pieces. Okay? So I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and these are our 5 pages for page 2. So you have a 5x10, that's the one you cut from the diagram in the very beginning, scored at 1 inch from the top. You have a 5x9 tan pattern piece, score it at 1 inch from the top. You have a 5x8 red plaid, score it 1 inch from the top. 5x7 tan, 1 inch from the top, and a 5x6, which is our very front page of the book. Okay, I know that takes a little bit of time, but that way you're not struggling trying to find those little score lines, because even I had trouble with it. We have the guy coming to work on that little part, but it's an easy fix. So just go ahead and score your own if you're not finding that little score line. Okay, so then the goal for this, once you get them all scored, folded, and you fold them back, fold them all back, okay? Fold them all back. And then the 5x10 will be your very first page, and the one that is underneath, so that is this one here. So that's your very first one. And then we're going to, now there's 2 or 3 ways you can attach these together, and I'll go over that in just a minute, but your 5x9 is the second from the bottom page, 5x8, third from the bottom, 5x7, fourth from the bottom, and on the very front is your 5x6. So here's the thing. If you want to You can glue these on separately. You can start with your 5x10, add your adhesive on this side, and it's in about 2 inches. Now, this is something you have to decide on your own too. Ours is in about 2 inches, and it pretty much lets most of the soldiers show, and it lets all of the Santa, most of the train. If you want to move this over just a little bit, that works too, if you want to move it closer to the center. So decide where you want this before you add your adhesive. So here's, if you put it in the center, you're going to cut off part of the train, but just move it around a little bit to see where you want it. Now you can do it this way by adding your adhesive to the back side here, and then folding that over and gluing it to the back. Then you'll just take the next biggest piece, add adhesive to the back, fold it over, and you want to make sure your edges are together. Make sure your edges are all even, and you can do that all the way down the line if you want. What I do a lot of times is I will take the whole stack after you've folded them along all the little fold lines, and I'm going to tuck them in, okay? They're all tucked in here. And I'm also going to tap it to make sure my edges are even on both sides. And then I'm going to turn it over and lay it down flat, holding on to it, make sure nothing moves. And then I will take my adhesive, and I would suggest 2 rows of adhesive just because it's an active part of your book that's going to get used a lot. But your adhesive goes here, then fold down the next one right into that one. Add adhesive to the next one, fold this one down into it, add adhesive to the next one, fold this down into it, and then the very last one, you can add adhesive to it and fold it down into it, okay? And then it's all ready to go on to your book. And then the only other thing you have to do is turn it all over. Now that you have everything hooked together, and this will be folded back, all your edges are even, you'll add more adhesive right here on this 1-inch flap on the back side of your long piece, okay? More adhesive on the back side of your long piece on the 1-inch section, and turn this over, get your background paper, and make sure that your score line, your fold, is flush to the top of your background paper, and that is just what the back will look like. It's all glued to the back and leaves all this free here so that when you tuck it in your page protector, this can come down over the page protector. And yes, it will be on the outside of your page protector, but that's about the only way you're going to get a lot of photos on there. So then once you get that all glued down, and if you have any questions on how that goes together, let me know before I get too much further. But there's your 5x6, 5x7, 5x8, 5x9, by 10, and then underneath you have space for several photos on both of these. Okay? So it'll give you a minute to get all that done. And again, there's lots of ways you can hook those together. There's no absolute right way. But decide where you want this to end up. And then start getting your little 1-inch flaps glued together. And then glue the entire book onto the back side of your page.
I don't see anybody saying they're not.
Okay, good. Okay, well this now, we've got the hard part done, and that was just so not hard, was it? I mean, that's all you had to do to this page, practically. That's the fancy part of the page. What I do want to show you, though, is in your kit, I mean, this these little pieces right here really make your pages pop. So what we're going to do next is find, you have 2 red pretty scallop pieces, and you should have 3 tan colored pieces. So go ahead and find those, get those punched out. And you do have this right here, this circle with the poinsettia, but I would suggest not even putting that on. If you choose to add a picture or a quote or a journaling piece behind there, then you can still do it. So I wouldn't even put that on just. But you have 3 tan, pretty little filigree or scalloped edges. And the tan will go on the red. Oops, I'm going upside down. And as you can see, the edges are squared, but we left room on both. You're going to have them glue this down. The edges are squared, but we left room on each of these borders so that you could use a corner rounder. I'm going to glue one down and show you. Use a corner rounder to go ahead and get them all glued down. The red goes on the tan, tan goes on the red. And if you want to leave the corners square, you totally can. It looks good that way too. But if you want to round those corners after you get the border on, go ahead and do that, and it makes a nice pretty little rounded edge on each corner of that. So that's up to you. If you want to round the corners, you can. Just adds a little bit of pretty to it. So tan flourish on red, red flourish on tan. Cloud. I'm going to see what that looks like on it. I don't know if I'll like the rain cloud on it, but actually really pretty. It's a nice, a much darker look. See what it looks like on this one. I think I like it on the red. So this is another one of the new ones. It's called Rain Cloud, but I think I like the Jack Frost one best. Give yourself a little bit of time to, what time is it here? We have about 10 minutes left. And then the only other thing is you have a white paper and somewhere you have, well, anyway, you have a white paper, then you have a little, you have a little journaling piece, and I don't see mine anywhere. Do you see that little journaling piece that goes with that? Well,
Did you look on the floor there?
it could be there. It's okay. They have theirs, or I would have heard about it by now. And then this is where you're going to use your other 4 brads. So it's like 10 till 10, 10 till 10, yeah, and Washington. And so I'm going to just let you go ahead and finish this out on your own. So you have 4 brads for this little journaling piece. Find your journaling piece, your white paper, go back to page 1 and layer up your words on page 1. Get those glued down. And
So Jennifer is saying here that what a great idea to stack them together and then adhere. I also recommend looking on the other side before you stick them together so that picture on the back side is upright if you're not going to put photos on it.
Yeah, you know what? That's something I meant to mention. Some of you, it's going to matter. Others, like me, I looked at that and I thought, well, we could turn this around. So yes, you totally could. If you decide it matters when you lift up that to see if your picture is upside down or not. But lift up your pages, you'll see what I mean. And if you're going to add pictures to that, it really doesn't matter. But if you aren't, then that might matter to you. I meant to mention that. Okay, Breezy, do you have anything you want to say?
I have, so lots of you have mentioned how beautiful this paper is. We do have, it's called Holidays. We have a paper pack that has 2 of each sheet in it. And then we have some quote sheets that match it also. So you can find this on our website under the paper tab. And then we also have a bundle with it. It's actually the Club Q add-on bundle this month, but it's available to everybody. It just doesn't have the Club Q discount with it. So you can find that bundle on there under paper probably, or under the sale category. So you can get this whole pack of paper and the quote sheets to match, so you can do additional pages to match these.
Oh my gosh, this is so pretty.
And our special for this week, or for today, is if you spend $30 on our website before shipping, you will send you a free page kit with your order. That doesn't apply to ordering events. So if you order an event, it won't add it to your cart, but any, and then you get to look for it. So just add stuff to your cart today as we show it if you want to, and then you can check out at the end of the day. The special is only good through tomorrow.
Oh, this one's really pretty.
So if you'd like some extra of this paper, we have it in just the paper pack, or we have it in a bundle with the quote sheets on our website. And then we also have an additional layout. This is a Club Q add-on, so they get it at an exceptional price this month, but it's also available at regular price to the general public on there. So it's another Christmas layout. It coordinates. They're $13.99 on the website. You'll find it under the new tab. Probably the paper pack under that new tab also.
That's pretty.
And any of those things qualify towards your $30 order to get the free page kit. So log yourself into your account, add your items to it, and then it'll, all throughout the day, it'll keep track, and you can check out at the end of the day and get your free page kit.
These
Bundle
are gorgeous.
Fabulous. I love the paper and quotes. Okay, just making sure there was no other comments on there.
We will close for now, and we will be back at.
With which kit also?
It is called Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
And what time are we coming back?
10:30.
10:30. Okay. So we'll finish this. Come back at 10:30. Look for the little red live icon again, and we'll see you back here shortly.